The text message from my sister Olivia lit up my phone at exactly 3:47 a.m. London time. FYI, we're selling Mom's beach house next week. Buyers already lined up. Don't worry about the paperwork, we'll handle everything. Hope London's treating you well. Axel. I sat in my corner office at Blackwood Investment Group, staring at the glittering London skyline while a familiar anger simmered beneath my calm exterior. 4 years of careful planning and my siblings had finally made their move. My brother Marcus chimed in on the group chat. Perfect timing with the market, looking at $4.2 million easy. Olivia already got 3 offers above asking. Marcus Emma probably doesn't even remember the place anyway. She's been gone so long. I opened my laptop and pulled up the trust fund documents. The ones my siblings thought had been lost years ago. Mother's elegant signature graced the bottom along with a date from 15 years ago. One sentence stood out. Upon my death, the entirety of the Sandpiper Beach property and associated trust shall transfer solely to Emma Catherine Matthews. My assistant Catherine knocked and entered, carrying a stack of reports. Miss Matthews, your 9 a.m. with the board of directors starts in 15 minutes. Also, the surveillance team confirms your siblings have listed the beach house. Right on schedule, I murmured, picking up my phone again. The family chat was still active. Olivia. The real estate agent says we can close by Friday. Marcus, thank God, that place has been nothing but a money pit. Olivia. Remember how Emma used to say Mom promised it to her? LOL. Marcus, she can't even manage her own finances. Remember when she was working at that surf shop? If they only knew, the failing surf shop had been my cover while I studied the local real estate market. Every wipeout on my surfboard had been calculated. Every random conversation with tourists carefully planned. I'd spent those years learning the rhythms of the beach community, understanding property values and building connections that would prove invaluable. I composed a quick email to James Sullivan, the real estate agent handling the sale. Dear Mr. Sullivan, as the legal owner of the Sandpiper Beach property, documentation attached, I must inform you that any sale attempt is unauthorized and fraudulent. Please acknowledge receipt immediately. Regards, Emma Matthews, CEO, Blackwood Investment Group. Within minutes my phone rang. James Sullivan's name flashed on the screen. Miss Matthews, I had no idea. Your siblings presented power of attorney documents. Forged documents, I assume. I kept my voice level. I suggest you inform them immediately that the sale cannot proceed. And feel free to mention who owns the property. I ended the call and waited. Catherine appeared again. Board meeting is ready, Miss Matthews. One moment I held up a finger, eyes fixed on my phone. Right on cue, the family chat exploded. Sullivan, I regret to inform you that the Sandpiper Beach property is not available for sale. The property belongs to Blackwood Investment Group, specifically to CEO Emma Matthews. The chat went silent for precisely 38 seconds. Then Olivia. What? Marcus, this has to be a mistake. Olivia, Emma, a CEO. Marcus, impossible. She can't even balance a checkbook. I smiled and put my phone away. Now we can start the board meeting. The next 2 hours were productive. Blackwood Investment Group had thrived under my leadership, but today's revelation was personal. I'd spent 4 years methodically building my empire, while my siblings squandered our mother's legacy. The beach house was just the beginning. As the board members filed out, congratulating me on another record quarter, my phone had accumulated 43 missed calls and 127 messages. I picked it up just as another call came through. Olivia. Hello sister. Emma. What the hell is going on? What kind of sick joke is this? No joke, Olivia. I own the beach house. Always have actually. Mom made sure of that. That's impossible. The trust fund papers were lost in the move. Lost, or hidden. You might want to check your own safe deposit box. The one you thought I didn't know about. Silence on the other end. While you're at it, I continued. You might want to review your real estate license. Attempting to sell property without proper authorization. That's serious, isn't it? You've been watching us, for 4 years. Every scheme, every manipulation, every attempt to erase Mom's wishes. Did you really think I was just surfing all that time? Catherine entered with another report. Miss Matthews, the audit of your siblings' financial activities is complete. Shall I send it to the authorities? Not yet, I replied, loud enough for Olivia to hear. Let's give them a chance to explain first. Emma, Wait, Olivia's voice cracked. We can talk about this. Yes, we can. I'll be home tomorrow. Gather everyone at the beach house. Oh, and Olivia, bring those forged power of attorney documents. We wouldn't want them falling into the wrong hands, would we? I ended the call as another text came through, this time from Marcus. This is insane. You can't just show up and take everything. I typed back, take everything. No, Marcus, I'm just protecting what was already mine. By the way, how's that hedge fund of yours doing? No response. He knew I knew about the mismanaged client funds, the cooked books, the offshore accounts. Catherine cleared her throat. Your jet is ready, Miss Matthews. The security team will meet us at the airport. I stood, gathering my things. The London office could run without me for a few days. This required personal attention. Have the renovation plans ready, I instructed, and make sure the investigators are standing by. Already done. Though, are you sure you want to go through with this? They are your family. I walked to the window, looking out at the city I'd conquered while my siblings thought I was failing. Family, I smiled. No, Catherine. Family doesn't forge documents. Family doesn't steal inheritances. Family doesn't mock and belittle and scheme. I picked up Mom's photograph from my desk. She was standing on the beach house deck, the sunset painting her in gold. Mom knew what they were like. That's why she protected the property. She knew they'd try to sell it the moment she was gone. And the trust fund. When did you find it? I never lost it. That was just another lie they told themselves. Mom gave it to me directly, the day before she died. Keep it safe, she said. They'll try to take everything, but this place is your anchor. The jet would land just after sunset. The beach house would be lit up, as always. Mom had insisted on leaving lights on every night. So lost souls could find their way home. My phone buzzed again. A news alert. Breaking major investment firm. CEO returns to hometown amid property dispute. Blackwood Investment Group's Emma Matthews. The silent success story. Local siblings face questions over attempted property sale. Catherine handed me my briefcase. The car's ready, though I should warn you. Local reporters are already gathering at the beach house. Perfect. I straightened my suit. Let them see exactly who's coming home. The elevator doors opened to the lobby, where my security team waited. Ready, Miss Matthews? Almost. I sent one final message to the family chat. See you all tomorrow. Don't bother bringing lawyers. They can't help you anymore. Then I added a photo. Mom's trust fund document, her signature clear as day. The chat exploded again, but I didn't need to read it. 4 years of planning, of watching, of building in silence while they mocked and dismissed me. It had all led to this moment. They wanted to sell Mom's beach house. I opened my laptop to review the audit findings. Tomorrow they'd learn what it really means to lose everything. But unlike them, I'd offer a chance at redemption. They'd just have to earn it, starting from the bottom. Just like I did. The car pulled away from Blackwood's headquarters, and I watched London's lights fade into the distance. Soon I'd be home, and this time I wouldn't be the one getting pushed around. The beach house waited, its lights a beacon in the gathering dusk. Mom's words echoed in my memory. The truth always comes home, Emma. Just like the tide. Tomorrow the tide would come in, and my siblings would learn just how deep the water could get. The private jet touched down as the sun painted the coastal sky in shades of amber and rose. Through the window, I could see the familiar silhouette of the beach house, perched on its rocky promontory, its windows glowing, just as Mom had always insisted they should. Catherine handed me a tablet, displaying the latest surveillance updates. Your siblings arrived an hour ago. They've been making calls to various lawyers, but none will take their case. Amazing how quickly attorneys lose interest when they see solid trust fund documentation. I mused, scrolling through the report. The findings confirmed everything I'd suspected over the past 4 years. Olivia had been running a real estate scheme, flipping properties through shell companies to dodge taxes. Marcus had been embezzling from his clients' accounts, using the beach house as collateral for illegal loans. They'd both been systematically dismantling Mom's legacy, piece by precious piece. My phone buzzed with another message from Olivia. The real estate board is questioning my license. What did you do? I ignored it, focusing instead on the local news article Catherine had flagged. Breaking: Matthews, Siblings face investigation over property. Fraud questions arise over attempted sale of prestigious beach house as Blackwood Investment CEO returns home. The car wound its way up the coastal road, each turn bringing us closer to the confrontation 4 years in the making. Security vehicles flanked us, their presence a necessary precaution given my siblings' unpredictable nature. Catherine, is everything in place? Yes, Miss Matthews. We have teams monitoring all exits. The property is secured, and the documents are ready. The beach house loomed ahead, its weathered shingles and wraparound porch exactly as I remembered. 2 cars were parked in the circular drive, Olivia's Mercedes SUV, and Marcus's Porsche, both leased, both underwater, both paid for with questionable funds. Your mother had excellent taste, Catherine remarked, looking up at the house's elegant lines. Yes, I agreed. In architecture at least. In children, she batted .333. Oh. I stepped out of the car, the salt air filling my lungs. The front door opened before I reached it, revealing both my siblings. Olivia, her designer outfit, unable to hide her nervous fidgeting. And Marcus, his usual smug expression replaced by barely controlled panic. You've got some nerve, Olivia began. Careful, I interrupted smoothly. The property cameras record audio, though given what we already have, a few insults won't make much difference. I walked past them into the house. The great room, with its soaring windows and ocean views, held countless memories. Mom's favorite reading chair still sat in the corner. Her collection of seashells still lined the mantel. Sit, I commanded, placing my briefcase on the coffee table. They complied, perching tensely on the edge of the sofa while Catherine took up position by the door. 4 years, I began. 4 years of watching you try to dismantle everything Mom built. The charitable foundation she established, drained. The college scholarship fund for local kids, empty. And now this, trying to sell her beloved beach house through forged documents. We had no choice. Marcus exploded. The maintenance costs were covered by the trust fund. I cut him off. The trust fund you claimed was lost. The same trust fund that's been generating more than enough income to maintain this property and support Mom's charitable works. I opened my briefcase, removing a thick folder. But that's not why I'm here. This contains every fraudulent transaction you've both committed since Mom died. Every illegal property flip, every embezzled dollar, every forged document. Olivia's face went pale. You can't prove. Actually, I can. You see, while you thought I was just a failed surf instructor, I was building the largest financial investigation firm on the East Coast. Every client you've scammed, every deal you've manipulated, we documented it all. Catherine distributed 2 more folders. Your options, I explained. Option 1. Face criminal charges. The evidence has already been prepared for the authorities. Marcus flipped through his folder, his hands shaking. This would mean prison time. Yes, significant prison time. Option 2, I continued, gesturing to the second half of their folders. You start over, legitimately, under my supervision. Olivia scanned the documents, her expression shifting from fear to disbelief. This is an entry-level position. At Blackwood's new local office, yes. Both of you will start at the bottom. Learn business properly this time. No shortcuts, no fraud, no exploitation. This is ridiculous. Marcus scoffed, but the tremor in his voice betrayed his fear. I run a hedge fund. Into the ground, I corrected. Would you like to see the actual numbers? Your clients would be very interested. I pulled out my phone, showing them the screen. Remember the Wellington account, the guaranteed returns you promised. I swiped through documentation of fake statements, unauthorized transfers, hollow investments. You've been watching us all along, Olivia whispered, since the day Mom died. Did you really think I left town because I couldn't handle responsibility? I was building an empire while you were destroying her legacy. I walked to the windows, watching the waves crash against the rocks below. The same view Mom had loved, the one she made me promise to protect. You have 24 hours to decide, I said, not turning around. The positions are legitimate offers. Benefits, fair pay, real training, a chance to rebuild your lives and reputations. Or prison. Marcus finished, his arrogance finally cracking. Your choice. I finally turned back to them. Oh, and one more thing. Clear out your personal items by tomorrow. The house is being renovated. Olivia's head snapped up. You're throwing us out. Consider it motivation to make the right choice. I nodded to Catherine, who opened her tablet. Your temporary accommodations have been arranged, she informed them. Modest but comfortable apartments. Your new starting salaries will cover the rent, with careful budgeting. Starting salaries. Marcus laughed bitterly. I made millions last year. Illegally, I reminded him. The choice is simple. Honest work or prosecution. Unlike you, I'm giving you a chance to earn your way back. My phone buzzed. Another news alert. I held it up so they could see. Update: federal investigators seize records from Matthews Investment Group. Sources suggest evidence of systematic fraud. 24 hours, I repeated. Catherine will provide moving assistance and details about your temporary housing. I suggest you use this time wisely. I reached the door before Olivia's voice stopped me. Why? Why what? Why offer us jobs at all? Why not just turn us in? I turned back one final time, meeting their eyes. Because Mom believed in redemption. Her last words to me weren't about the trust fund or the house. They were about you two. Give them a chance to be better, she said, when they're ready. And if we refuse, Marcus asked, then you face the consequences of your choices, just like I faced mine when I left 4 years ago. Outside, the ocean breeze carried the scent of salt and memories. My driver opened the car door, but I paused, looking back at the beach house. Through the window, I could see them. My siblings huddled on the sofa, their futures contained in those simple folders. Catherine joined me in the car. The security teams will monitor them through the night. The moving company arrives at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you. I watched the house recede in the rearview mirror. Any predictions? Given the evidence we've compiled, they'll take the jobs. Pride is one thing, but prison. I nodded, opening my laptop to review the renovation plans. The house's character would be preserved, but inside, everything would be transformed. Just like its visitors. My phone buzzed one final time. A text from Olivia. You planned this all along, didn't you? Since the day Mom died. I typed back. No, I planned it since the day you both taught me that success only counts if you steal it from others. Mom taught me a different way. Now you can learn it too. The car turned onto the coastal highway, passing the Welcome to Sandpiper Beach sign. Below it, a new billboard caught the setting sun. Blackwood Investment Group, building legacies that last. Soon my siblings would learn what that legacy truly meant. The question was, were they ready to earn it? The morning sun streamed through the beach house's east-facing windows, casting long shadows across the hardwood floors. Mom had lovingly restored years ago. I sat in her reading chair, reviewing the final documentation of my siblings' acceptance of their new positions at Blackwood. Catherine entered with fresh coffee and the morning reports. They've both signed, no last-minute attempts to negotiate. No. The FBI's dawn visit to their temporary apartments with additional evidence was persuasive. I nodded, opening their personnel files on my tablet. Olivia Matthews, Junior Compliance Officer, Real Estate Division. Marcus Matthews, Entry-Level Investment Analyst. They're waiting in the library, Catherine added, along with the renovation team and the foundation representatives. The security feed showed them Olivia wearing a modest business suit instead of her usual designer labels, Marcus without his signature Rolex, both looking appropriately humbled. Send them in, I instructed. All of them. The library had been Mom's favorite room, its walls lined with books on finance, ethics, and philosophy. As everyone filed in, I noticed my siblings' eyes lingering on the family photos Mom had arranged so carefully, happier times before greed had corrupted everything. Welcome to the first day of your new lives, I began, standing behind Mom's antique desk. The renovation team is here to begin transforming this house into the Matthews Family Foundation headquarters. The foundation will focus on helping victims of financial fraud and providing education about ethical business practices. Olivia flinched. Marcus studied his shoes. Your roles in this transformation will be significant, I continued. Olivia, your first assignment is to create a complete database of every client you defrauded. The foundation will ensure they're all made whole. All of them, she whispered. Every single one. And Marcus, you'll be assisting our forensic accounting team in documenting how you manipulated your clients' accounts. This knowledge will help prevent future fraud. And after that? Marcus asked, his voice uncharacteristically small. After that, you learn. Really learn. Not just about finance and real estate, but about ethics, responsibility, and legacy. Mom's books are still here. I suggest starting with her favorite, Building Wealth Through Building Trust. Catherine distributed their new employee badges and security credentials. These provide limited access, I explained. You'll earn greater responsibility through demonstrated integrity. Your supervisors will monitor everything. One misstep, one attempt to contact your old associates, one hint of improper behavior, and option one comes back into play. The prison option, Olivia murmured. Exactly. Now the renovation team needs to begin. Take one last look around. The house you knew, like the people you were, is about to change dramatically. As the siblings moved toward the door, I called out, "One more thing." They turned back. I found Mom's journals. I held up a leather-bound book. She wrote about both of you, about her hopes, her fears, her disappointment as she watched you choose greed over integrity. But she also wrote about her belief that you could change. I opened the journal to a marked page. The last entry, written 3 days before she died. My children have lost their way, but the path home remains. Emma will show them when they're ready to see it. Olivia's eyes welled with tears. Marcus gripped the doorframe. The foundation's first board meeting is next month, I continued. Prove yourselves, and you might earn seats at that table. Mom's legacy deserves nothing less. After they left, Catherine approached with the latest community impact projections. The numbers were promising: hundreds of fraud victims to be compensated, dozens of educational programs to be launched, millions in restitution to be paid. The contractors are ready to begin, she reported. Though they had an interesting find this morning. She handed me a small box discovered behind a loose panel in Mom's closet. Inside lay 2 letters, one addressed to each of my siblings, dated the day before Mom died. Should we give these to them? Catherine asked. Not yet, I decided. They need to earn their way back to Mom's trust, just like they'll need to earn their way back to mine. The renovation team began moving in equipment as I toured the house one last time. Each room held memories. Family dinners before money poisoned everything, holiday gatherings before greed replaced joy, quiet evenings when Mom would teach me about ethical business practices while my siblings chased quick profits. My phone buzzed with messages from my siblings. Olivia just met my supervisor. She's having me review every fraudulent transaction I ever made. It's overwhelming. Marcus, the forensic team found even more irregularities in my old accounts. I never realized how many people I hurt. I typed back, understanding the damage is the first step toward repairing it. Catherine appeared with architectural plans. The contractors want to know if we're keeping your mother's reading corner in the library. Yes, I decided. Some things shouldn't change, just improve. Looking out at the ocean, I remembered Mom's words from my childhood. Money is like water, Emma. It can nourish or destroy. The choice is in how you direct its flow. My phone lit up with news alerts. Matthews Family Foundation launches. Focus on fraud prevention and victim restitution. Disgraced siblings. Join anti-fraud initiative. A story of redemption. Blackwood Investment Group CEO transforms family estate into education center. The renovation team began their work, the sounds of construction mixing with the rhythm of the waves. Soon this house would serve a new purpose, teaching others what my siblings had learned the hard way. Catherine handed me another report. Your siblings' first performance reviews are scheduled for next month. Should I set up the evaluation criteria? Make them challenging but achievable, I instructed. They need to understand that real success comes from effort, not exploitation. Through the window, I watched Olivia and Marcus walking toward their modest used cars. No more luxury vehicles bought with stolen money. They paused, looking back at the house one last time before driving away to their new lives. My phone buzzed with a final message from both of them. Thank you for not giving up on us. I smiled, remembering Mom's last words to me. The house isn't just property, Emma. It's a beacon. Keep its light burning for those who need to find their way home. The construction continued as I sat in her reading chair one last time. Soon this room would welcome others who needed guidance, who needed to learn the lessons my siblings were finally beginning to understand. Outside, the ocean continued its eternal rhythm, waves breaking against the rocks below. Like Mom always said, the tide always returns, bringing back what was lost. In this case, it was bringing back something we'd all lost: hope. 6 months later, the Matthews Family Foundation's grand opening drew a larger crowd than expected. Standing at the podium in what had once been our family's living room, I surveyed the gathered faces: fraud victims now made whole, local business leaders, and current Blackwood employees, including two particular staff members who had exceeded all expectations. Exceeded all expectations. Welcome to the Matthews Center for Financial Ethics, I began. This house has always been a special place. Mom used to say its true value wasn't in its walls or location, but in its potential to change lives. Today we honor that vision. In the front row, Olivia and Marcus sat quietly. My sister had just completed her 100th restitution case, helping former victims recover their losses. Marcus had developed a revolutionary fraud detection system, using his inside knowledge of financial schemes to prevent others from falling victim. 6 months ago, this community witnessed a remarkable transformation, I continued. We learned that success built on deception crumbles, but success built on integrity endures. Catherine appeared at my side, handing me the latest impact report. The numbers told a story Mom would have loved: over $50 million in restitution paid, 200 fraud victims helped, dozens of prevention programs launched. Today I'm pleased to announce that the foundation has achieved its initial goals ahead of schedule. Every identified victim of past fraudulent practices has been made whole. But our work is just beginning. I gestured to the wall where Mom's portrait now hung alongside her favorite quote: "Wealth without ethics is poverty in disguise." And I'm proud to announce two new additions to our foundation's board of directors: Olivia and Marcus Matthews. My siblings looked up, surprised. We hadn't discussed this. Their journey from participating in financial fraud to preventing it makes them uniquely qualified to guide our mission. Their experience has become their greatest asset, not in hiding misconduct, but in exposing and preventing it. The audience applauded as Olivia wiped away tears and Marcus straightened his modest tie. After the ceremony, they found me in Mom's library, now a state-of-the-art educational center. "Board members?" Olivia asked softly. "Are you sure? You've earned it," I replied, handing them each an envelope. "And Mom thought you would." They opened the letters found hidden in her closet 6 months ago. As they read her final words to them, written the day before she died, the room fell silent except for their quiet sobs. "She knew," Marcus whispered. "She knew we'd lose our way, but she believed we'd find it again. Through you," Olivia added, looking at me. "She trusted you to guide us back." I touched Mom's portrait. She trusted all of us to remember what matters. It just took some of us longer than others. Catherine entered with the foundation's latest initiative, a scholarship program for students committed to ethical business practices. "Mom would have loved this," Olivia said, reviewing the details. "Using our mistakes to teach others a better way." Speaking of teaching, Marcus added, "My fraud prevention class starts in an hour. Former investment bankers, sharing real-world examples of what not to do." I smiled, remembering Mom's words: "The best teachers are those who learned their lessons the hard way." As my siblings headed to their respective duties, Olivia to a victim advocacy meeting, Marcus to his class, I watched them go with pride. They weren't the same people who had tried to sell this house behind my back half a year ago. Catherine handed me the final transformation report: the house's journey from family home to beacon of hope for others. "Your mother would be proud," she said quietly, "of all of you." Outside, waves crashed against the rocks as they had for generations. The house stood strong, its lights still burning bright against the gathering dusk, but now they guided more than just our family home. My phone buzzed with one last message from both siblings: "Thank you for keeping the lights on until we found our way back." I smiled, typing back, "That's what family does. The real kind." Looking out at the ocean, I remembered Mom's final lesson: success isn't measured by what we gain, Emma, but by what we give back. Keep the light burning for those still finding their way. The sound of students arriving for evening classes drifted up from below, Through the windows, I could see Olivia greeting fraud victims with genuine compassion, while Marcus prepared to share his cautionary tale with tomorrow's business leaders. The house had indeed transformed, but its heart remained the same. A place where lost souls could find their way home, where lessons could be learned, where redemption was still possible, just as Mom had always intended. The end.